Well, we've been chatty this week, so let's get to our very favorite part of the show, Disgrace of the Week. As always, Ms. Calhoun, please start us off.
Well, if you've been downtown lately, and by lately I mean the last day, it's going wild because of the All-Star Game. And it's fun to see Denver coming back, and for those who are here in '98, it's really fun. But let's remember why we have the All-Star Game. It was over the voting scandal about Dominion voting systems that people were accusing election fraud, all the fights, the Georgia legislature changing its voting law, which then inspired Major League Baseball to pull the game from Atlanta. And we wind up with it in Denver. It is crazy that now, since November, we've been hearing about the election fraud, still no real evidence of it. And the irony of the game now being played in Coors Field in the shadow of where Dominion Voting Systems office is at 18th and Lawrence is just amazing.
David.
Governor Polis signed a bill that will harm the environment to ban plastic bags. A study by the Danish Environmental Ministry, which is not exactly a right-wing organization, did a life cycle study comparing plastic bags to paper to cloth. And because cloth comes from cotton, which is very resource intensive to grow, needs a ton of water, fertilizer, and all that, you'd have to use your cloth bag about 10,000 times before you stop causing more damage than you do by using a single-use plastic bag and then just throwing it away. And, you know, people talk about plastic in the ocean. Fortunately, the Denver waste disposal companies don't haul our waste out to the Pacific Ocean and dump it there. They're safely put into landfills.
Eric.
It's a target-rich environment this week. Let me go with the whole Tay Anderson investigation, but one particular piece of it. We will see, as David mentioned earlier, what the investigation leads to, and hopefully that report will be coming out before too many more months pass. But both Tay Anderson personally, and a small handful, I hope it's only a small handful of his supporters, are really trolling and abusing some people on social media, particularly women on social media, who say anything critical, anything about him living up to his word to step back from his school board duties in the interim. The way they're abusing some women in this regard on Twitter in a misogynistic, very sexist, trolling manner only makes you wonder whether some of those original charges may have some legs.
John.
Well, if you listen to our readers at Axios, what they will tell you the disgraces are fireworks still going off in the city. We get so many emails. We actually asked readers for some fireworks protocol, some fireworks etiquette, and they all said it needs to end on the 4th. And it has not, at least in my neighborhood, and we're getting plenty of emails still about it.
I will echo that. And it's not just fireworks from your neighbors. The fact that they're getting, it feels like military grade, you know, it's going off in front of the house. You've got to be kidding me. This is not a couple, you know, M80s and, you know, like car model from 30 years ago. But anyway, time to say something nice about somebody. Patty.
I meant to say this about the Supreme Court, so I'm going to bring it up now. The best thing the Colorado Supreme Court does is go to La Fiesta restaurant every month, which is amazing when you look up and you see the Supreme Court justices there. They should be as transparent. They should hold a public meeting there. So good for them. Good for the local restaurants that have survived the last year, too. And I hope they all have a great weekend.
David.
Casa Bonita could be quite a place to have a special oral argument. The state of emergency has finally been ended. You know, our Constitution says that the state of Colorado is supposed to be a republic, but we've been a monarchy, the opposite of a republic, for over a year. The whole issue of emergency powers and letting one man have such unilateral, unchecked power really needs to be revised. Because even if you say Governor Polis did a good job with his limitless power, the next guy might be much worse.
Eric.
David's point, you know, we didn't get there as a topic today. Hopefully we will in future week. That the whole issue of the scope of emergency powers deserves some discussion. Let me quickly go a different direction. Ben Marcus, a reporter for Colorado Public Radio, has done some outstanding work of late with a series of stories about nursing homes in Colorado. Not as bad as New York, but pretty bad in terms of COVID. Testing regimens, a company that was overwhelmed, that Colorado relied on, that was overwhelmed by the whole testing process. I commend readers, viewers to the Colorado Public Radio website and check out Ben's stories.
John.
The redistricting process now moves to the public phase. Starting today in Lamar, they're holding public forums across the state. This kind of transparency we as reporters are happy to see, and it's good for the public. They get to go voice their concerns. So I recommend folks go check out that list, find a meeting near you, and participate.
And I want to say something nice about two very special fans of the show, and I've mentioned them before, my Aunt Lena and Uncle Richard Rottola. It is my Uncle Richard Rottola's birthday tomorrow, so from favorite nephew to favorite uncle, don't worry, Joseph and Uncle Albert don't watch the show. Happy birthday, Uncle Richard. So hope you have a fantastic one. And for everybody out there who has been watching PBS 12 and supporting our outgoing President and General Manager, Kim Johnson, and all your kind words, thank you so much for that. She is definitely appreciative of all of those.